Miko Rantanen's getting himself into some trouble again. Teams around the NHL are starting to get decimated with injuries. And Kyle Palmieri might have just picked up one of the sneakiest points that I've ever seen since I've been watching the game. That was some real BD Cooper type of shit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NHL Gone Wild. Alright, so we all know Tim Stützle's developed a bit of a reputation over the years. Not only is he one of the most talented and exciting players of the 2020 draft class, but he's also one of the biggest divers of his generation. It's not even a secret anymore. The kid's like Wayne Gretzky to slip and slide. For years now, he's been getting called out by players, coaches, you name it. Even his berth was supposedly slippery. Even though it seemed like for a long time nobody was listening and nobody was going to do anything, well, this season, it appears as if the officials are just not going to tolerate it anymore. Not only did he get caught for embellishment last week against the St. Louis Blues, but I've got some buddies who are Sens fans, and they've all been pretty vocal lately, and they're starting to get frustrated because Stützle just hasn't been getting any calls all of a sudden. Isn't that beautiful? To me, it seems like the officials are finally starting to crack down on it. Even his teammate, that dickweed, Nick Cousins, he's even received a fine this season for embellishment. So don't be shocked if Timmy Stu gets a fine at some point as well, from the way things are going. Man, is it just me or is Miko Rantanen already becoming a regular in these videos? I don't know what's been going on with him lately. Yes, he's been very productive for the Dallas Stars. He's already gotten himself 33 points in 25 games at the time of recording this video. But you see, the most interesting part about his statistics right now is that the man is on pace for 187 penalty minutes this season. Do you know how many players had 187 penalty minutes in 2024-2025? One. Zadorov. That's it. So just a quick recap on some of the stuff he's been up to. On November 18th, Rantanen picked up a game misconduct for this little push on Alexander Romanov. We talked about this in my last video. It wasn't good. The Islanders defenseman, he's going to be missing for quite some time. He needed a surgery. And just a couple of nights later against the Flames, what does Rantanen go out and do? Boom. That's Coronado right in the numbers. Look at him. He's leaking. He's putting transmission fluid out of him all over the ice. And Rantanen picks up a game misconduct for this one as well. That's his second misconduct of that week. He also gets his first suspension. That's a one-gamer. As for the hit, I mean, I know he got him in the numbers. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, Coronado, he did kind of put himself in a shitty situation. You know what I mean? Just saying. But I just don't know what's been going on with Miko anymore. Sometimes I wonder if everything's okay at home. You know, maybe the dog won't lick him anymore or something, and it's just going right to his head. He's even mixing it up with goaltenders now all of a sudden. And if he keeps it up, I mean, he just might become one of the biggest rats that this league has seen in a very long time. And I know Stars fans, they're probably thinking I'm talking shit about him right now when I'm saying that stuff, but you know what? No. Be proud of it, man. It's a big-ass rat, and every team in the National Hockey League would love to have a guy like Miko Rantanen right now. Now, I've seen a lot of nice goals so far this season, a lot of nice passes, but just a few days ago, Kyle Palmieri of the New York Islanders might have pulled off one of the sneakiest assists that I've ever seen. Check it out. Goes for a big hit. He gets hurt. He's trying to get back to the bench behind the play. He's dragging his ass back, when all of a sudden, look what he does. He forces a turnover right before he gets off the ice. And he's going to pick up an assist on this goal right here from Emil Heineman. That's Emil Heineman and Johnny Drouin teaming up for one, a couple of former Habs. And it turns out that this wasn't just any injury, okay? This was not gout or anything like that. The man was trying to get off the ice because he had a torn ACL. Holy shit, just a warrior, that guy. You gotta love it. That's a hockey player if I ever seen one. And speaking of torn ACLs, it really does appear as if the injuries are beginning to ramp up around the NHL right now. My God, nobody's alphabet is safe anymore. Not even in Dallas. Adam Fox, he recently got hurt on this play right here. He got absolutely smoked by Brandon Hagel. What a hit. But I mean, this one's going to put him on LTIR for what they're calling an upper body injury. Fox, of course, was having a heck of a season for the Rangers, but the good news is, according to multiple sources around the league, Fox's injury appears to be just week to week at this point, which means there's a pretty good chance that he's going to be available for the Olympics. Now we're going to move over to Utah, where Logan Cooley had a bit of a scare a few days back. Look at the knee from Toropchenko. Jesus Murphy gets him with the torpedo knee. Initially, it did not look good, but this one actually ends up on a bit more of a positive note, because not only is Logan Cooley okay, he's actually back in action after needing to be helped off the ice, but the hockey gods did seek revenge on Toropchenko. Look at that story. Because he is currently out week to week after randomly burning and scalding his own knees. Well, what a coincidence. Now this does sound a little suspicious, okay, especially after what happened with Cooley. Something tells me that Liam O'Brien and a hot canister of coffee and piss might have had something to do with this. But the truth, I guess we'll never know. Liam looks like the kind of guy that takes secrets to the grave. But as you can see, it's been pure chaos in the NHL since the last video. Guys are losing teeth. Guys are losing nuts. They're getting hit in the balls. Friends are somewhat becoming enemies right now. And speaking of Connor Bedard, I gotta show one last clip from his game last night against the Vegas Golden Knights. This kid scored one of the nicest top titty goals that you're ever gonna see. Wow, man. I've been really hyped watching him and Celebrini play so far this season. It seems like Bedard's got some bite in his game right now. He's got some fire in that belly. He's up to 17 goals and 21 assists so far this season in just 26 games, which puts him on pace for somewhere around that 120-point mark. Okay, so, I mean, all the doubters, all the people that didn't believe in him, it looks like he's slowly shutting everybody up. And you gotta admit, he's been a lot of fun to watch. That Hawks team, they're much more entertaining. And the kids around the NHL are just gone absolutely bananas. Milan Lucic, his PTO just came to an end with the St. Louis Blues. Looks like that career is likely over. Brady Tkachuk was humiliated by a Grinch at the Bell Center on Tuesday night. I thought that was pretty funny. Ozzy Weisblatt, the Prince of Smashville, just scored his very first goal in the National Hockey League, which I thought was pretty cool. Nice little gesture towards his brother. Shout out to that family. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed today's random little compilation from around the league. Please don't forget to smack that like button right across the lips before you leave here. And hey, well, see you next time.